John Burton Loebel, class of '79. In 1975, a touch of Wisconsin descended upon Southwestern when John Loebel arrived on campus as a multi-talented athlete and outstanding student. John didn't know quite what to think of his new teammates from Arkansas, Kentucky, and Tennessee with their southern accents, but a bond was established that led to great golf teams and friendships that have lasted for more than 30 years. As a freshman, John started at quarterback for the Lynx for 5 games, but an outstanding year in golf his freshman year persuaded him to focus on his golf swing rather than touchdown passes for the remaining years of his career. Known for his long drives and pinpoint iron play, John quickly made his mark on the Lynx golf team. He capped off a great freshman year by winning the College Athletic Conference CAC title at Whitehaven Country Club, shooting a final round 68. As a result of his spectacular play, John was selected to play in the NCAA Division III Golf Championship in Springfield, Ohio. John served as captain of the golf team his sophomore through senior years. During his career, he was the match medalist more than 20 times. In addition to winning the 1976 CAC title, he was the individual runner-up in 1978. Playing number one each of his 4 years, the Lynx won College Athletic Conference team titles in 1976 and 1978. Though you can still detect his Wisconsin accent, John Loebel has made Memphis his home since graduating in 1979, and we're glad he did. He has enjoyed a successful career as a mortgage lender and banker, and currently serves as Vice President for Financial Federal Savings Bank. We are grateful for the camaraderie of John and his teammates, the leadership and passion he brought to the golf program, and the distinction he bestowed upon his alma mater through his championship play. Rhodes is honored to induct John Burton Loebel into the Rhodes Athletic Hall of Fame this 29th day of October, 2010.
Thanks, Mike. Some of that was true. Before I get started, I want to say my wife and I moved to Collierville in 1992, and our daughters, all three of them, attended Collierville High School. And we're on the pom team, and we went to a whole lot of Collierville football games. And we had the joy of watching that team play, always making the playoffs, watching Coach Cox play. I've never met him, but again, with my daughters on the pom team, we didn't miss a game. And I just want to say I'm honored to go into the Hall of Fame with Coach Cox. Golf, you would think is an individual sport, but with our team, it wasn't. We were a team in every sense of the word. None of us were individuals. And I wouldn't be here without my team. Two of my best friends, like Mike said, you know, we had a couple guys from Arkansas, a couple from Tennessee, a couple from Kentucky, and that weird guy from Wisconsin. It only took me about 2 or 3 years to understand the language. It took me a little longer than that to get used to the heat. And I realized after coming down here that in August of 1975, after the first, say, 30 minutes of football practice, I'd come too far south. You know, to me, Chicago was the southern city. So, in 1975, this wasn't the melting pot that it is now. And it was a foreign country. Had I had enough money for gas, I probably would have went back. Fortunately, I didn't. I could tell you all kinds of stories about that. But our golf team, like I said, we had more fun than you could ever imagine or we ever deserved. And you know, I want to thank two of the guys that are here, John Tucker and Mark Hammond. Not only were they teammates, not only did we have a great time, they were my best friends. And without them, I'm not up here, and I kind of wish you guys were up here with me. It's a little lonely up here, but I do want to recognize John Tucker and Mark Hammond, if you guys would stand up. These guys, a couple of the greatest guys you'll ever meet. And actually, I guess we're lucky we even had a golf team my freshman year. I don't know what happened. We had 1 senior and 5 freshmen. And if 5 guys hadn't shown up that actually owned golf clubs, I'm not sure what we would have done. I asked Coach Maybe several times. I said, "Did you know any of us were coming?" He goes, "Oh, yeah, I knew that." Well, he couldn't have known that. I didn't know I was coming. And unfortunately for Mark, Mark made probably his biggest mistake, and I think he regrets it to this day. He's a doctor, and a very good one, and probably another reason why I'm still standing here. But Mark thought he had to take a lab course his freshman year. And he thought, he knew he was going to be a doctor. And Mark didn't play on the team his freshman year because he took the lab, which as it turns out he did not need. And so Coach Cochran, I think he's got 1 year of eligibility left in case you need him. Something that's changed, I think, a lot, talking with Mike and talking to Coach Cochran, the golf team now, opposed to back in the 1970s, actually has a budget. And for whatever reason, we didn't have one. We didn't have golf shirts, we didn't have bags, we didn't have anything. And we weren't recruited. We were, like I said, we were just a handful of guys that had some success in high school, playing high school golf, and showed up here. We were definitely a blue-collar team. One match in particular, well, let me jump back. We also didn't have country club privileges. And so the whole 4 years, we had to play our matches at Audubon. Now, for those of you that are not familiar, Audubon is a Memphis City course and was in the 1970s and is still now probably the worst golf course on the planet. I mean, I don't know if they have a golf course in Afghanistan, but if they do, it's better than ours. After we bombed it. So, and as bad as that was, I mean, you gotta understand, Audubon doesn't have any grass. It's basically made up of weeds and dirt. And as bad as that was, and having to play out there, it was a heck of a home course advantage for us. And nobody could beat us at all. We felt we could pull 6 guys off the PGA Tour, and we could beat them at all. Because most people were used to playing golf on grass. And so, one team in particular, it's a match that wasn't on the schedule. There was a team, a Division II golf power, University of Missouri St. Louis. They were going to work their way down, play golf matches, and go down and play in a big tournament in Orlando. And Coach Mabry got us together and said, these guys, they're passing through, they want to play a match. And he made it clear to us, Coach didn't have a lot of rah-rah speeches. He never said much when we played bad. He didn't say anything when we played good. He just got us there. But he told us, his speech, his motivational speech for this was, he just said, these guys are expecting an easy win. And we said, okay. Well, they got out, these guys show up at Audubon about an hour and a half early to go to the range. Well, Audubon doesn't have a range. And of course, we get there with enough time to get out of the car, put our shoes on, and walk to the first tee. But these guys, they were very pretty. They had on, very impressive. We weren't intimidated, but we were impressed. They all had on the same shirts, pressed khaki pants, same belt, shoes, gloves, hats, bags. We're not sure, but we think they had on the same underwear. These guys, and they were really looking down on us, because honestly, when we showed up, these guys looked like they were ready for a cover shoot for GQ or Golf Digest, and we looked like we just came from a police lineup at 2 o'clock. We looked horrible. But we knew something they didn't know. We were playing Audubon. And I'm not going to give you a hole by hole, but I will give you the first hole. We teed off, and it's a straightaway par 4 like they all are. And the guy from St. Louis gets down the middle. He's a little bit behind it. Gets up there. He looks at the shot. He hits a nice high arcing, beautiful shot. Lands on the green. Bounces about 30 feet in the air. About 30 yards over the green into some area where there's nothing but broken glass, garbage, and whatnot. And this guy's hit 2 perfect shots, and he's going to make a triple bogey 7 on it. And when the thing landed, he looks at me and goes, "What did that hit? The cart path?" I said, "No, man, I hit the green." And these guys were they were done. And these guys came in for an easy win, and we beat them by a lot. So most of our friends are the same age, and we got kids going to college and whatnot. And the conversation, usually turns to, where did you go to college? And having graduated from Rhodes, when you tell them, they went here, and then where'd you go? You say Rhodes College. Of course, the first things they say is, really? Right. Where'd you really go? And when you finally convince them, it's something that you can carry with a lot of pride. Rhodes College, people, you kind of move up a notch. You went to Rhodes College. Say what you want. It's impressive, and you just move up a notch or two on the credibility scale, and it's something you can take with you forever. And the last thing, I'll tell you what I'm more proud of than anything, and that is the 4 women in my life. It's what I live for, and I'm so proud of them. And I'm going to break protocol here, and I'm going to make them stand up. I'm going to ask my wife Renee to stand up. Next June, we'll be married 29 years. That's a long time to marry somebody from Wisconsin. I'm going to ask my daughter Lauren to stand up, and I have daughter Lindsay, and Kelsey. And that is what I'm the most proud of.
Rhodes was a great place for Donald Duggan, and Donald Duggan was great for Rhodes College.